G'day folks, Thunderballs here. Just a quick little video here to show some new updates on the ePTU. First of all, we're starting with some of the hair updates. So, me being a ranger, I thought I'll start with the ranger hair. I certainly don't have long hair, but this is what the long hair is looking like. And as you can see, it flicks around quite nicely as we move it around. So it's very much more realistic now, and pretty cool. There are a number of different styles. You've still got some short hair. Even the short hair has a bit of flow to it. The fringe and that there. We've got our crew cuts. That's probably something more like how my hairstyle is at the moment. But to muck around with and have a look at what it looks like in game, I'm going to grab one of the longer hairstyles. Not a ponytail, it's more girly, not a bob. We'll go with this one. Okay, so let's accept that and jump into the game. Okay, so here we are back on the PTU, just having a look at our hair. As you can see, it's sort of bouncing around a little bit. It's not exactly windy here. Oops, so let's not lie down. Let's get up and let's go for a wander. See how it looks. Okay. Not much sort of flowing there, but if we pick up pace a bit, go for a run. It's not exactly bobbing around with the with running, but if we shake our head a bit, no, not too much movement. Look at those luscious locks. So we're going to go to the spaceport now, grab our C1, head up to Seraphim Station and see if we can purchase the Openable cargo containers from the cargo services. We'll catch up there shortly. Okay, so we are here at the Seraphim Station Cargo Center. Under the subcategory of container, we have all of the self-storage containers available. We've got our 1, 2, 4 and 8 SCUs, plus we've also got our little openable containers there as well, which are just like little boxes. I've already purchased a 1 and 2 SCU, so let's go and grab a 4 SCU and a 8 SCU, and then we'll head down to the hangar and have a look at those inside of the C1. Okay, so we are now back in our C1. And if we have a look at our inventory, we've got our 1 SCU container, which has a capacity of 1 million, or a volume of 1 million SCU. The 2 is 2 million, 4 million, 8 million. Okay, and to put that into perspective, a small backpack is 41,000 volume. Sometimes you can get the 51,000 volume ones with the rucksacks. A medium backpack is around 72,000, and the large backpacks 100,000. You can 105,000 for the Morozov. You can also get some backpacks at 125,000. So the 1 SCU is basically 10 large backpacks, 20 large backpacks, 40 large backpacks, and 80 large backpacks. So let's go through the 1 SCU on the floor here. Okay, it's popped up behind us. We can grab our tractor beam out and we can move that and snap that to the grid over there. Okay, we have the only option we have is to open it. So we could open it. We can check our local inventory. We can throw a few backpacks in there. And we can throw our max lift tractor beam in there as well. Okay. I wonder if we can do boxes within boxes. So let's check that out. So let's now drop the 8 SCU box on the ground. We'll grab our tractor beam. And we'll throw that over there. Okay. So we've got our 1 and our 8. Once again, the only option we have is to open storage. Okay. So we can't, once we've laid it on the ground, we cannot put it back into an inventory. It is then physicalized. Okay, so if we open up our 8 SCU, look at our local, obviously we can fit our 4 and our 2 SCU in there because we can fit 8,000 in there. But let's throw the 4 on the ground and the 2 on the ground, because I've never actually seen a 4 SCU before. And so it is a nice flat 2x2x1 high piece of gear. So we could throw that next to that there. We can grab our 2 SCU and we can throw that in there. Let's actually pick that up and give it a rotate. Stick it there. Okay. And so we've got open storage, and open storage. One would assume that we can also stack these. So let's grab that. Stack that on top of there like so. And we can also stack that one up there. Okay. I do like these have a nice darker grey colour compared to the lighter grey colour of the standard cargo containers, or the you know, the whiter ones for the drugs, the grey ones for the legal stuff, blue ones for some other ones in green for weevil eggs, blue for quantum, etc. So I do quite like the dark grey for your personal storage. So we can fit a total of 64 SCU in this cargo grid. So I'm going to go and buy some more of these containers, fill up my A1, and then I'm going to go and buy a bunch of components and see what sort of things we can fit inside the boxes and how many components, like engines, not engines, power plants, quantum engines, and shield generators. Okay, so we have fully loaded our C2 with our openable storage containers. On the right we have 4 8 SCU containers. On the left we have 4 SCU containers in their different orientations. We also have 4 2 SCU containers, 2 lengthways, 2 widthways, and then we've got 8 1 SCU containers. Now if we open up this bottom one here, this one should have our bags in it that we've had put in there earlier. Now one thing I think that would be very handy would be to be able to label these. Whether it actually just shows up as a label on hover, or if you can name it and it will show up on the container, that would be very handy. Adding different skins on there would be good as well. I'm sure they'll bring out different variations of containers. Not sure if they already have got various different types of containers or different skins on the containers. But you know, it'd be nice to have one labeled, you know, quantum drives, shield generators, power plants and coolers, and you might have your ammo, your weapons, your armor, all that sort of stuff, you know, consumables and medical. That would be very handy to be able to name those. So I'm going to go head back down to Orison and grab some components and see how much we can fit into the boxes. Oops. Okay, so we've just been shopping at Orison. We've bought a bunch of power plants, shield generators, and a couple of quantum drives. So I've got some size 1 quantum drives. If we have a look at our inventory, we have JS 400s, 500s, and 300s. So size 1, 2, and 3 of the power plants. We also have size 1 quantum drives, which is size 2 quantum drives, the XL1s. And we have our shields. We've got our size 1, size 2, and size 3 shields. So let's have a look at what they fit into. One SCU crate can hold 1,000,000 SCUs. Our local inventory, size 1, no. Size 1 shield generator will not fit into a 1 SCU. Let's go power plants, size 2, size 3, size 1 power plant will also not fit in there. And I've only got the size 2 quantum drives, and they won't fit in there either. Okay, so the 2 SCUs. Okay, 2 SCUs will fit size 1 shields, but not size 2 power plants. Size 2 shields, no. So in our 2 SCUs, we can fit our size 1 power plants and our size 1 shields. So we've got 10 power plants, 10 shields in there, and we're 84% full. That's our SCU 2s. Our 2 SCUs can fit size 1 components. Our 4 SCU cannot fit size 2s, so I would imagine they would be able to fit the size 1s as well. So let's go bring those all back over. Size 4 fits our size 1s. Okay, great. So 2 and 4 SCUs will only fit size 1 components. Our 8 SCU will also only fit size 1 components. We're only 21% full. Our size 2, it's letting us drag it across, but it's not moving in there. So if we just bring up our size 2 quantum drives here, they're red. Okay, so that is a bit of a bummer. We can only fit size 1 components in them. That doesn't make sense. Interesting to know, interesting to find out, but I would imagine the 8 SCUs should be able to hold 3s, the 4s should be able to hold size 2s, and the 2s should be able to hold size 1s, which they do. So size 1s fit in everything except for the 1s, the 1 SCUs, but nothing will hold a size 2 or a size 3 component. Our vehicle, however, can fit the size 2s and the size 3s, but they are limited to holding a certain amount, obviously. We can only hold 8 million in here. Alright, this is just the C1. I hope that they would fix that, because it doesn't make sense that... I mean, sure, you'd be able to hold more components in an size 1 components in an 8 SCU than you could in the 4s and the 2s. Obviously, double each time. But I would have thought that you should be able to also fit the larger components into the larger crates. So that's a bummer, but it can be done. So for now, I'm still going to have to use my C2 to transport the majority of my size 2 and size 3 components out of Orison up to Seraphim Station. But that's going to be difficult now as well, because all of my cargo crates are in my C1 and I can't move them. I'd have to have the C1 at the same location as the C2 and transfer them that way, or have a friend take them and transport them, because once they're on the grid you can move them off the grid, but you can't store them in a location. When they bring out the freight elevators, you should be able to store them within your persistent hangar, or store them in the freight area or at least move them to the freight elevator to then be able to store locally, and you could then pull those out. So yeah, bit disappointed that the larger components can't fit into the larger boxes. Hopefully they change that in the future, but yeah, I am only speaking for myself there. I still do like the look of the cargo containers. Yeah, it's even got your little capacities written on the sides there. 2 SCUs, 1 SCUs, 4s and 8s. They do look nice. They do look very military. And yeah, it'd be great if you could label them. It'll be great if you can hold the higher size 2 and size 3 components in them. I haven't tried weaponry. Let's go try some weaponry. I would imagine it would probably be the same thing. Size 1 weapons would probably fit in, but not the size 2 and size 3. So let's go buy some weapons. We can actually head up to Seraphim for that. That'll be easier. And then we can see what fits in there. But I would imagine it's just going to be the size 1s. Okay, so we're back now in the C1 to test the fitment of weapons into the cargo containers. So I'm going to start with the 8 SU, if it'll stay open for me. That's another bug that I will report on. Okay, still doesn't like it. Really doesn't want to like that one. Let's try a different one, eh? Nope, still not liking it. Just disappears. Alright, let's go back to our 4s. There we go, the 4's going to work. So, let's have a look at our weapons. So, yeah, we can fit the normal guns in there, that's fine. Vehicles, let's go. Ordnance. Okay, so missiles. Alrighty. Missile racks. Weapons. That should be all we need. Okay. So, size 2 missile fits into the 4. Size 1 missile rack fits in. Size 2 missile rack does not. Where is our size 1 missile? Don't have any size 1 missiles. Size 1 Gatling fits in there. Size 2 does not. So that is in the 4 SCU. Let's go over to a 2 SCU. Size 1 missile rack, yes. Size 1 Gatling, yes. Size 2 missile, yes. And then that's it. That's as far as we go. Okay, so once again it's the same. Let's go back and try and open up an 8 SCU. Yep, it's letting us in. And the same thing. We've got a size 2 missile. We've got a size 1 weapon. And a size 1 missile rack. Let's jump down to our size 1s. We had backpacks in here before. Let's have a look at our standard weapons. Yep, normal weapons fit in there. Ammo fits in there. If we go no filters, move all. Okay, so we got backpacks, so armor should fit in there as well. Yeah, armor, weapons, ammo, all that sort of stuff fits in there. Okay. So, interesting to see that small stuff fits into everything, including the large ones, but nothing bigger than a size 2 missile will fit into the size 8 SCU. Size 1 rack, size 2 missile, size 1 weapon. Nothing else will fit. So I'm going to leave that there for today. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got a bit of information on there to help you out with your cargo boxes. With a bit of luck, we might see some of the larger components fitting in the larger SCU boxes in future. But for now, Thunder out.